how do you stop ruminating? If your mind is constantly fixating on either negative self-talk or ruminating about something bad that's going to happen. So let's go to White Plains, New York, where Rivki is standing by. And why don't you tell me, what can I help you with?
It's more the health anxiety for me.
Okay.
Like, I think this last month, I went into such a bad hole. It was so bad. I wasn't sleeping and I was living 24/7 in my head, fear, anxiety, and I wasn't functioning. And it brought me back to 20 years ago when I was not well, when I was in the hospital. And it's always the shame. I'm always afraid what people are going to say, what people are going to think. I cannot go back down this path.
Let's go back 20 years. So 20
Sure.
years ago, when you faced this health crisis and you were in the hospital, were you in the hospital because your anxiety and mental health issues were so
Yes.
bad that you needed to go inpatient?
Yes. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to take my power back.
Yes. So first, let me talk about shame. Shame is when you make yourself wrong rather than the thing that's bothering you wrong. Instead of saying, I hate anxiety, anxiety is a bad thing, anxiety sucks, you go, I hate myself for having anxiety. I suck because I have this. And so what we need to do is we need to separate the fact that you're a person who has struggled with anxiety, and you need to separate that fact from the judgment of it. You need to learn how to forgive yourself when you're in survival mode. You know, you are also not even recognizing how strong you are. You were inpatient, and after being impatient, you have gone on to live for decades a very healthy life. You have not gotten profoundly sick, despite your worrying about it. And so you have survived this, and because of this pandemic, every single trigger on the planet is right in your face. You told me at the beginning of this that your greatest fear is getting sick. Here's the first thing I want you to do. I want you to go through, I want you to write down what triggers you throughout the day. And I want you to write down when that trigger happens, you see the news, you have a thought, you have a memory, whatever it may be. Then I want you to write down, what is your response to that emotional trigger? Do you start to panic? Do you start to overthink? What is the horrible story you start to believe? The second step is to start to understand why you have this trigger. And I think you might have this trigger of feeling anxious about things that feel scary because you grew up in an environment where you buried your feelings. And any feelings that get buried come back from the dead and start to kill you in your mind. And so because you had nowhere to express your feelings, you stuffed them all down, and they end up here with nowhere to go but around and around and around and around and around. Once you identify all of them and you start journaling about the why and the connection to your past, when they start to come up again, you're going to count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to distance yourself from that trigger. And then you're going to observe, where does the anxiety come up? For me, it starts in my stomach, it rises through my chest. Let it come.
Mine is in my chest.
Okay, let it come. Here it comes. This is that thing I do. It's like a hot flash. Here it comes. And then we have to come up with a mantra that starts to settle you. What is the mantra you need to say?
I'm stronger than I think I am.
Perfect. I'm stronger than I think I am. I have survived everything that's happened to date. This virus has got nothing on me. It doesn't even know the badass it's dealing with. Come and get me, man. Let's go.
I like that.
Yes, I like that you're laughing. I am confident that you are stronger than you think, and I am confident that you can create distance between the PTSD nervous system response from the trauma and your anxiety spinning out of control. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like this video, I have a suspicion you're going to like these two next.